biannual operational planning meeting, a forum where we do a bit of appraisal, a retrospect, 6 months, and then present data to enable our friends from NCC plan the grid for the next 6 months. I bring you greetings from the Executive Director, Independent System Operator, in the person of Engineer MJ Lawal. He sends his very warm regards and best wishes. He acknowledges the performance of the grid during year 2021 and affirms that without the cooperation of everyone, the feat would have been quite impossible. He therefore terms it a collective achievement, not individual. We did it together. So a round of applause for us. Yes, if you take a quick look at the grid performance, I mean the reason why we're here, look at the grid performance last year was quite remarkable because in the last 20 years, from records available to us, in the last 20 years, the grid performed best in the last 20 years. So, peak generation. We also did the highest energy ever generated. And then we had the least number of collapses. Yeah, if you have the record, or if you have seen these records, somebody may quickly query me and say, what about 2020? We also recorded 4 collapses. Oh yeah, the difference is that in 2020, there were total collapses, and then in 2021, we had 2 total and 2 partial. So that's quite remarkable. And I will quickly say that this indicates that we actually can do something better. But is it going to be business as usual? No, it's not going to be business as usual. For every action of any participant on the grid, it has an effect because our friends from NCC battle to stabilize this rate. So let's move away from these indices, the peak generation, the energy generated, and number of collapses. Let's move a bit away from it and look at the frequency, the behavior of the frequency. Like I said, every action on the grid has a ripple effect. So in our separate spaces, individual spaces, I want to urge us to be determined to do things differently. In essence, let's think differently, view things differently, and do it differently so that we can have, an amplified feat of what we just achieved. I hope that we cooperate with one another because of the nature of what we produce, electricity, and because of the conditions tied to the quality of what we produce. There are conditions. The frequency must be stable, the generation and load must balance. So I'm saying everybody is involved. If we don't cooperate with one another, we can't get it right. And I believe, oh sure we can. On this note, I wish us a peaceful celebration. Good morning. Thank you.
To this joint generation operation, this was planning biannual meeting. The biannual meeting is the forum where operational stakeholders come together to appraise operation of the grid and forecast on improved operation. Outcome of this meeting is expected to form the fulcrum for making a silent decision on the power sector. As a grid controller, I enjoy you to participate actively all through the session, and you will have a lot to gain as we exchange ideas on the grid operation. Planning is an integral part of every human endeavor, and it requires diligent and painstaking action to achieve a set goal. Therefore, this noble gathering has the strenuous task of charting the course that will lead to overcoming the present predicament in terms of power availability to all Nigerians. In retrospect, for the past 6 months since the last meeting held at Benin, there is every cause to be reassured that the power sector is on the right track. An immense feat was achieved during this period, we sustained great stability, zero total system failure, the longest duration since the unbundling of PACM in 2013. An improvement in remote stations and visibility to National Control Center through the deployment of Internet IoT and virtual private network VPN solution was achieved. We really appreciate all stakeholders for the effort made in keeping the grid. However, during the period, also experienced some drawbacks and challenges, just like any human endeavor. The projected and target set goals were not met. This is really a big cause of concern. Maximum daily energy dropped from 110,471.50 megahertz achieved on 5th March 2021 to 113,775.80 megahertz was recorded on 2nd December 2021. Alternative generation plummeted from 5,801.6 megawatts achieved on 1st March 2021 to 5,183.70 megawatts on 4th February 2022. The downward trend oscillation was purely fueled by load management by DISCOs, plant unavailability due to fault, water management, gas supply inadequacy, transmission constraint, power evacuation difficulty at distribution level, incessant treatment of 330 kV transmission line, incessant treatment of distribution feeders during rainfall, system security and stability consideration. As we plan ahead, I urge you all to think out of the box on means and ways to overcome these challenges, and always cooperate with National Control Center and Soshogo by operating within the grid code, market rules, and other relevant ruling documents in order to maintain and sustain grid stability. I wish you fruitful deliberation.